Hello, guys. Nice to meet you again, and it's going to be an amazing time. I know we've had amazing times before now, so we've talked a lot about Python, and uh, I know we've made some mistakes from the last videos, understandable, and I'm going to go in through uh, from where, a summary of what we did last and some of the mistakes. Although today we're going to be making a lot of decisions with code and solve problems with actual code. So we're going to be talking how software decide and approve or reject or put a status or something. So let's just go back to where we stopped. So we talked about a real life example on how to make a mini project. We talked about making a point of sale calculator where we're going to we built a small POS system that should accept product price. And so I'm going to be making the notes full screen for this example. So everything is available on the dev.to account. So we built the task was to build a POS system. So so we to get started would I printed out print just simple POS system. First, we said we needed the product name. So the product name accepted them as an input, and product name, then price, floats, enter product price, quantity, input, enter quantity. So it's simple. To print the receipt, I just say print price multiplied by quantity, which is this, gives us the total saved as total variable. So print the receipt, product name, price. So all these are using the second, which is the F style, which is new. And so the code walk through line by line now. Prints out title, product name receives the product name as text, price converts the user input to a decimal. Quantity also converts the user input to a whole number. Now, total calculates the total cost, which is price multiplied by quantity. So it displays the final results. Now, there are beginner mistakes which are normal. So, how forgetting to convert is okay. So, when these are beginner mistakes that I made, so I decided to put it in there. So, always remember to convert and uh, practice very well so you get to get a good grasp of what it's all about. So decision making with code. Now this is very vital because 90% of the time would you need to be making decisions, knowing what goes through what passes, what stops, what get approved, what get rejected, and basic logics about developments. Now, what are conditions? Conditions allow your program to make decisions based on data. Now, real life example, if you have like a balance that is enough, if your balance is enough, you should allow payment. And something like if you're either less than 18 years of age, should not be allowed to smoke. If the stock is equal to zero, in a stock system, it should show out of order, right? Now in Python, we do this using if, else if, and else. Now the if statement makes basic decision. So for example, you could see age equals 20. So you say if age is if age less is greater than 18, sorry, then you are allowed. But if your age is less than 18, then you're not allowed. Now, indentation matters. Now, everything inside the if must be, must be indented, usually four spaces. So, taking it further, we have the if and the else, two possible outcomes. Now, this checks if an outcome is not true, then what happens next? That brings us to the else. Now, the Python checks the condition if the block is true, and if it's not true, what happens? The else. Else, if our balance is above $5,000 or 5,000 naira, the transaction should be approved. Else, it should show insufficient code. Now, there are a lot of comparison operators, and it's very important to know them. We have the equal to, which now we have two types of equal to. I think I should just bring this up right now. So I'm going to be bringing on my notes. So, so this equal to, I think I should just bring out. So we have, I think I should just take a pause and bring out. So okay. So, all right. So let's go to the editor now. So I'll create a new file and .py, and this equal to, let's say 2 equal to, it's not the same as 2 equal to. Now this is to have this assigns to the 2, but this actually checks if 2 is equal to 2. So that's the difference between this and this. All right. So back to our notes. So that out of the way, we could continue with our notes. So now an example is a score. If a score is greater than or equal to 50, you say the student is passed, or else the student is failed. So let's try this out and see and run. So let's take this off and this in, and so you see it's passed. So let's say if the score is let's take the score to 20 and see what happens. So you see, student failed. All right. All right. So I'm sorry, I should take the notes off so that you gotta see. Notes off. Okay. So you can see code run failed. So now we could actually use multiple if and else. Well, that won't actually give us very good outputs. If we, for example, we have multiple conditions where we need to check for a lot of things, like let's say the grades of students. Let's say we want to assign some certain grades to students and we want to print out their grades. We could have a base score and have use the elif statement. Now take note, everything ends with the else. Everything else ends with the else. So Python will keep checking. So I'm going to create a new file called elif.py and have our code in here. So this is elif. So we have a score that is equal to 80. So we'll say it's equal to 85, sorry. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. So say if our score is greater than 80, meaning this student pass, you should be awarded a grade A. If score is greater than or equal to 60, if score is greater than or equal to 50, grade B, and else if it's not, the student fails. So we're gonna run this code and grade A. So let's take this to 35. Then that means the student failed. because it didn't meet any of these criteria. All right, so taking it a little bit further, adding user inputs to our conditions now brings the project to life. So let's say we have I'll create a new file for this, call this condition.py, and have our code in here. So let's say we have age, enter your age. So they have an if. Now age here is the variable, so I'll just call this the variable. Remember we said variables are containers, so that this variable would hold the age for us. And we'll do our arithmetic and our conditioning with the if block and the else block. So if age is um, greater than 18, you are eligible, else print you're not. So I'm going to run this code, enter your age, and say 90. I'm sorry, say 90, says you're eligible. Run the code again. I said 12, let's do 17.99. Let's try to be smart. Now, hers is expecting what? An integer. An integer. It didn't work. So let's run this code again. So let's do uh, 17, and yes, we're not eligible. So always remember to convert to the most appropriate. Um, so real life example. Now, how do we apply this? So real life example is probably business discounts logic when we get to make logics on how to probably best apply discounts to customers. So that is one of the ways we could apply this in real life. So I have this business discount logic here. So now this receives an input of an amount as a float. Remember conversion, which I mentioned. Now it says if amount is greater than 20,000. So if someone comes to my shop and buys something above 20,000, apply a discount. Now this is the discount. Amount multiplied by 0.10, which is by 10%. So I'm adding 10%. So this could be saved somewhere for the customer. Then print discounts applied and the amount of discount that was applied as discount here, all right. Then else, no discounts apply. So if the customer spends enough to be rewarded, they get a discount. They get the discount. Else, just normal pricing. So now you're going to be building a mini project for this. So this is going to be a loan eligibility checker. Now the task is to build a program that asks for monthly income and approve the loan if this guy's uh, income is greater than 100,000, or reject otherwise. It should show a clear message. Thank you very much, and I hope you had a good time. I'll see you in the next video.